Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pedro, and you are now tuned into the Alpha Success Network. And over the next few minutes, we're going to have a very, very exciting and important conversation on overcoming the fear of failure. So, right now, I am in a very, very beautiful location called Deep Cove. It's a village in North Vancouver. And today I went out paddleboarding deep, deep, deep out there, a place called Indian Arm. It goes very, very, very deep towards the ocean. And I had some very, very powerful experiences today, which I do believe are transferable in helping you achieve a higher level of success in life. So first and foremost, I really, really want to encourage you to become reflective and think about some of the main things that may have been holding you back from realizing your own specific vision, your own specific dreams, your own specific goals. And if you are candid and very, very honest with yourself, you will come to the indisputable conclusion that one of the main reasons that you may be experiencing a rut in life is because you are not exercising a high level of courage in going towards the accomplishment of your dreams because you are scared that you may fail. The fear of failure. And this is a very, very subtle, unconscious fear that plays itself in our minds, and before we know it, we find ourselves placing ourselves in a seat of comfortability instead of taking a risk to reach out for what we desire. So I'm going to share with you some ideas here that will really empower you to begin to take a more proactive role towards the realization of your dreams. So today I was intending to go out paddleboarding deep into the Indian Arm. So I went to the Deep Cove Kayak Center to rent a paddleboard. And typically when you rent a paddleboard, they ask you, where are you going? What direction are you going? And there's only two directions. One is left and one is right. And the right direction is easier and the left direction is difficult because on the way back, you will be paddling back against the wind. So it was very, very interesting when I was getting my paddleboard. The ladies at the front were telling me to take the easier route because they said the route that's got a lot of wind is very, very difficult and you cannot do it. You know, she's telling me you cannot do it. Now, this is a very, very powerful analogy that I want you to draw into your life. There's something that you want to do in your life right now. You want to start your own business. You know, you want to take a risk and grow your business. You want to ask a specific person out on a date. You want to do something big in your life. But what happens, ladies and gentlemen, is if you ask the opinion of people, the average person in the world, they're going to tell you what? They're going to tell you that you cannot do it. So one of the things that really increases the fear of failure that we have is listening to what the naysayers say. And this really drives home the point of you are who you hang around with. You want to hang around positive people. They'll tell you, hey, you know what? Go for your dreams. Start that business. Reach out and say hello to that man or that lady. Take a risk and grow your business. You want to hang out with positive people that encourage you to take a risk. So when she told me this, I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to go out to paddleboard where you said it's difficult. And I took my paddleboard and I went out into the ocean. And when I went out into the ocean and I started paddleboarding, I noticed that initially when I was going out, the information that she had shared with me that the paddle will be difficult was playing itself in my subconscious mind. And therefore, when I was out in the ocean, I was trying to make sure that I don't fall off the board. So I was planting my body very firmly on the board. I was holding on to dear life. And I noticed something very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, was that when I was trying so hard not to fall off the board, when I was holding so hard, I was using a significant amount of energy. And it was turning out to be difficult. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to think about your life. There's something that you're pursuing right now. Maybe you're building your business. Maybe you're growing your career. Whatever it is that you are pursuing right now, are you forcing it? Are you pushing? Are you trying very hard to make it happen? Have you noticed that this trying very hard to make it happen is consuming a significant amount of energy? That should be a clue that maybe you may not be using the right path. And let me share with you a powerful experience that I had. I decided to dock and I just sat down and relaxed for about 15-20 minutes and I started paddling back. And sure enough, the paddle was very, very difficult. The wind was strong. The waves were coming. And I just made a subconscious tweak in my mind and I said, hey, it doesn't matter if I fall in the ocean. I mean, what's gonna happen? What's the worst that can happen? Well, the worst that could happen is if you fall in the ocean and a whale eats you, you could die. And I was like, even if that is the worst that can happen, it's okay. So I relaxed, ladies and gentlemen, and I stopped pressing myself so firmly on the board. And as the waves started coming, I just remained very light on the paddleboard. I decided not to resist. And I said that it's okay if I fall in the water. And a very, very interesting thing happened, ladies and gentlemen. The moment I stopped resisting, the moment I stopped fearing falling in the water, when the waves came, I just rode the waves. I rode the waves. And I'm sharing this with you because in your life, you're going to experience your own waves as you go towards the realization of your dreams. Are you going to fight against those waves of opposition? Or are you going to ride those waves of opposition? Ladies and gentlemen, I noticed that when I was riding the wave, my experience became so blissful. It was not challenging anymore because I said I'm just going to ride the wave. And I'm going to take this into my life. I'm a businessman. I have very, very big goals that I want to realize in my life. And I noticed that majority of times I'm fighting too hard. But as of today, when the obstacle comes, I'm going to take them in grace. And I'm going to ride those obstacles. I'm going to ride with the punches. I am not going to be scared of failing, just like I was not scared of falling in the water. So how does that apply in your own life, your own specific situation? What is it that your heart most desires and you are scared of failing? I recommend that, number one, do not listen to what other people have to say. Number two, start towards the journey of the realization of your dreams. And as you start the journey, you will experience waves, you'll experience obstacles. But instead of fighting the obstacles, I want you to ride the obstacles, ride with the punches, and keep on moving. And one more powerful thing that I experienced, ladies and gentlemen, was that when I was out there riding with the waves, there were some waves that were coming naturally due to the movement of the wind, the movement of nature, which is similar to the natural obstacles you'll experience when you're going towards achieving your dreams, whether it's starting a business or growing in your career or developing a relationship. But here's the interesting thing, ladies and gentlemen, when I was out there in the ocean, there were some waves that were created by other people coming very fast in a speedboat. Vroom, vroom, like really fast, And a long time ago, I'd get very scared and I'd brace myself on the board to make sure that I don't fall off because of the waves that come from the boat. But today I said, hey, you know what? You guys just keep stunting. And they came with all of their waves. And I just rode the wave. Ladies and gentlemen, in your life, you're going to experience obstacles that are created by other people. I'm here to tell you not to fight them. I'm here to tell you to ride those obstacles. And if you do these things that I'm sharing here with you, your fear of failure will subside because you'll begin to enjoy the journey. My way back, I had the most amazing journey coming back, even though it was challenging in quotes. I was in the middle of the ocean coming, and there was a huge expanse of water, and the sun was reflecting down on the water as I paddled slowly, one paddle at a time, one paddle at a time, one paddle at a time for an hour, until I got to the shore, to my promised land of milk and honey right here. And this is the same thing I'm going to do in my business. I'm not going to listen to other people. This is the same thing I'm going to do in my life, in every single area of my life. I'm not going to listen to naysayers. I'm going to listen to positive people that say, hey, you can do it. I'm going to start going towards my dreams. And once I start going towards my dreams, when I experience obstacles that are natural or obstacles that are created by other people, I'm just going to roll with the punches. I'm going to ride the wave. And I will enjoy the whole journey from now until I transition to the next plane. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. Allow me to end this conversation with a powerful inspirational, motivational statement. And it goes something like this. You, the viewer of the Alpha Success Network right now, I'm encouraging you to go for your dreams. Go for your dreams, baby. I'd like to share this view with you before I check out. This is Deep Cove, paradise. Heaven ain't hard to find, you know. It's a good life, baby. It's a good life, baby. Adios, mi amigos, mi amigas.